So I'm just waking up, feels like it, after about 4 days of being in bed, being sick physically and emotionally. I can't even tell you chicken or the egg which came first. I can definitely tell the difference in being down and being sick physically, how much it mentally and emotionally affects me differently without John here. It just really crushed me. And I'm so thankful that I'm so thankful. And I just need to say that over and over. I'm so thankful. And even when I don't feel it, I just need to say it. What I think becomes what I say becomes my beliefs, and it goes from there and outpours into my life and to the people around me. And going to church this morning, which has been difficult to do since we did church from home. Thankful again for the internet and technology and the ability to stay somewhat connected to a local church while John was going through this horrendous dying process. And it's been 3 months since John died, and we've probably missed church. The first month I almost don't even count because we were in such shock. I don't even know. I can't remember the first month. When I think of John dying, I think of the day that he died, and then I think of the memorial. And from the memorial on is when I feel like we tried to hike. We tried and did hike. I put in place some things to recreate family and be purposeful. And some days I have failed so miserably. And my children some of them are truly in crisis, and some of them I feel they are not getting from me what they need. So I fail constantly. And I do love the phrase to fail forward. And if you're not failing, you're not trying. And I do really believe all of those phrases, that they're powerful truth. Painful truth, because failing never feels good, even if I can wrap it up in a nice little package and say I'm failing forward. Awesome. It still hurt, it's still painful, and my children still experience the ramifications of my failures. And I get such a limited time with them. And today at church, I was on the way there. My older son has just been amazing in so many ways. Everybody has their own struggles, and he just lost his dad. So and in spite of that, the blessing of my boys and of him stepping up in so many areas, man, I am blessed. And I think about, I came back from my first work event where I was away, and he was telling me what he did to take care of the boys, and how every morning they listen to praise music, and he's found all these new praise music, and he's praying with them on the way to school. I mean, 19, just turned 19. He's a gift to somebody. Some future wife is, you're welcome. He's a pretty good guy. And he's a lot like his dad in a lot of ways, really. He's very relational and very committed. And he's talked about, oh yeah, I found this new song that I've been doing shared with the kids, and I'm going to church this morning. Going back to that was when he said we listened to it. It's the first time I really listened to it, and I believe it's called Choose, or I think maybe it's just called Joy, but it's about choosing joy. And I'm like, man, choosing joy, it truly is a daily. I think about picking up my cross and carrying it daily, and on my picture of the burden of picking up my cross and carrying it daily, or the burden of the heaviness, I should say, that it can feel like sometimes of pick up your cross and do what's right and put on the armor. Well, armor's heavy, right? Armor, yeah, it protects me, but it also can feel like a heaviness. And some days I feel like I can't do those things. I can't put on my armor. I can't pick up my cross. I can't move. But I can choose joy, and somehow wrapping that into my armor and wrapping that into, I pick up that cross. It doesn't need to be heavy because God's yoke is light and he carries me, and I will continue to fail forward, and there will be many days where I am so devastated. I miss my man, and God is good. And sitting there doing communion today without John, how I so miss him and could get stuck there. And how amazing I think that he is in heaven communing with God. And when he left, he wasn't. What was left of him was the shell of who he was. And thank God for that, because the struggle of losing him in an instant would have been so much worse for our family, and everybody has their own experience, but for us that would have been devastating beyond, I believe. I don't think I would have survived it. I don't. And he took him so slowly and so painfully, and yet it was such a gift that I will choose joy this day.